Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. Today I'm so excited because I'm finally showing you how to make a solid shampoo bar. Now, I have been wanting to create a recipe and develop a shampoo bar since before the ingredients for surfactant-based shampoo bars were readily available. And so then that started to happen where the ingredients were readily available, but I didn't have all the supplies or materials to properly make them. And then around 2018, 2019, I decided that was going to be a goal, to go ahead and obtain all of the equipment and supplies needed to create them. And then after that, also to develop and formulate a shampoo bar that I'm super proud of and I'm happy to sell on my website, and my hair is absolutely loving it. My family and friends are absolutely loving it, my testers. So now we're finally at this point where I'm able to share with you how to make a solid surfactant-based shampoo bar, and I will be sharing this recipe on my Patreon page, and I will be selling the finished bars on my website. So this shampoo bar video will be the first in a series of 3 to 4 shampoo bar videos that I'm going to be putting together for you guys that highlight different ingredients for different hair types. So I'm so excited to be sharing this with you today. So we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the ingredients or all of the ingredients that are going into this. Shampoo bars take a lot of expensive ingredients and equipment, in my opinion, to make properly. So I wanted to go ahead and share with you what those are. So one of the major ingredients that go into a solid shampoo bar are solid surfactants. And so we are using 2 types of surfactants. They are plant-based, they're coconut-based surfactants, so they're very mild, and they're known to be non-irritating. So we are using sodium cocoa isothionate noodles, and we are also using sodium cocoa sulfate noodles. And I got both of these bags from Crafter's Choice Wholesale Supplies Plus. And basically, these are what's going to give your shampoo bar a very gentle but very copious foaming lather. Now, this is similar to the type of bars that you see at Lush. And that's what I was saying earlier when I was saying I was wanting to make these before these ingredients were readily available to your home soap makers. So then the next thing is we're going to be adding in some cetyl alcohol. This helps the suds to rinse out of your hair cleanly. We're using some BTMS 50. This in combination with the cetyl alcohol has a really good feel and also rinse off. And then we are using some stearic acid for its conditioning properties and hardening properties, and it also helps to lower pH. We are using another surfactant called Bubble Up. This is cocoa betaine, it's a liquid. We're using liquid silk. We're using beer powder, and beer powder is good for the hair because it has vitamin B, and it helps the shampoo bar to lather up really nicely. So it has really good hair loving qualities. And then we are using DL Panthenol 100 from Crafter's Choice, and this is also really good because it's got lots of vitamin B, pro-vitamin B, which is really good for your hair strengthening. And we are using a water-based, water-soluble color, and we're using some fragrance oil. And I think that's all the ingredients we're using today. So without further ado, let's get started. Also, we are using Takuma butter. I think I forgot to mention this. It's really good for the hair. It's a soft butter. It's got similar properties to mango butter. But specifically this is really nice for the hair, Takuma butter. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and weigh out our ingredients, and in the same container we're going to be weighing out our BTMS 50, the cetyl alcohol, the stearic acid, and the Takuma butter. Now I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part, so hang in there. Okay, now that we have those things measured off, we're going to go ahead and weigh off some of our liquid and powder ingredients. So into another smaller container, we're going to be adding in the beer powder, liquid silk, the DL Panthenol, the cocoa betaine, the fragrance oil, and the water-soluble dye. Now now we have our cetyl alcohol, our BTMS 50, our Takuma butter in here in this container, and our stearic acid. And then in this container we have our water-soluble dye, our fragrance oil, our cocoa betaine, our DL-panthenol, liquid silk, and beer powder. And I'm just gonna go ahead and whisk this together. That water-soluble dye is from Fizz Fairy, and I'm using teal, and you just need the most minuscule, tiny bit. And the cocoa betaine will dissolve it. So once that's all in there, you're just gonna give it a good mix. And then the next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and heat up this container on the microwave in short bursts until it's all the way melted down. So I'll bring you right back when it's all melted down. All right, now that these ingredients are all melted down, I'm gonna go ahead and set them aside with my other colorful ingredients. And it's time to go ahead and weigh out the dry surfactants. Now, these dry surfactants can be very irritating to the lungs. I do not recommend opening up the bags without a mask. And I'm using an N95, a 3M N95 mask. I know these are super hard to come by right now, so do your best. Try to come by one that's got at least a good filter in it, but these little dry noodles, before they're wetted down, can irritate your lungs, so you need a mask for this part. All right, let's go ahead and weigh those out. Okay, so I have my mask on, as you can tell by my muffled talking, and we're gonna go ahead and add the dry surfactants directly to the KitchenAid bowl. This recipe works best with a KitchenAid stand mixer. So we're gonna go ahead and add it directly to the bowl and weigh. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take this over to the stand mixer now, and we're gonna put the paddle attachment on. And we're going to mix up these dry ingredients, the 2 noodle surfactants, for just a few seconds before we start adding in the other. We're just mixing up the dry surfactants using the paddle on the KitchenAid mixer. Okay, once those are combined, we're gonna add in our melted down butter, cetyl alcohol, BTMS 50, and stearic acid directly to the mix. Okay, and then once those are all wetted down, you can take off your mask. No longer volatile after these ingredients are wetted down. So then the next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and add in the beer powder, the DL-panthenol, the liquid silk, and the color, and the cocoa betaine. All right, now it is time to go ahead and press these into our cube mold. And I got this mold and the bath bomb press from bathbombpress.com. It's a single mold press, and you do not need one to make shampoo bars. You can hand press them. But this is what I've been waiting for a really long time for me, because I have wrist issues, and this just makes pressing so easy, and you get the right amount of pressure and your bars don't fall apart, and it's just been perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and fill the cavity mold. It comes in 2 parts, and then it's got a top piece that you put on to stamp. I'll show you how that works. With my recipe, I do find that the cavity mold is easier to use because my recipe is a bit sticky, and it's got these pieces that once compressed, they stick together really nicely. But if it goes into other types of molds, I find that it kind of spills out easier. So the cavity type mold has been really good for this particular recipe. Okay, so then we're gonna go ahead, and now I've cut out a little piece of wax paper for both the bottom square and the top square, because the mold will stick to this recipe. But this works perfect. So then you're gonna go ahead and do 2 points on this. It's here and here. And you have to push this in and then push the toggle back in order for it to work. Keep your hands clear of the pinch points. And then you can release it. And this is how I've been taking them out. Okay, and then it's got that bottom piece down here. So I'm just going to push up on it. And there is the cute little cube. And then I have a little skewer to help me take off my wax paper pieces. I'm just going to use to lift that up. And then we're going to carefully remove the shampoo bar from the bottom piece. And then you have the perfect cube-shaped shampoo bar. So then these, for me, I find that they work the best when they have had a chance to set for 3 to 5 days. So we're going to go ahead and add them over here to the other ones that I have drying. And I'll go ahead and show you 1 or 2 more on the press. Okay, so I also like to keep a nice clean wet rag available just to keep my space a little bit cleaner. Like I said, this recipe is pretty sticky at first, but hardens up to a nice conditioning bar of solid shampoo, and I'm finding it's probably a really good recipe for dry to normal hair. It just makes your hair feel super silky. Okay. Probably don't have to press it twice, but I have been doing that for good measure. Okay. Okay. Aren't those so cute? Super, super cute. I like the unique shape of the cube too from Bath Bomb Press. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and press the rest of these off camera, and I'll be sharing the recipe on my Patreon page really soon, and also these will be up for sale on my website. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please remember to give me a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Catch you on the next video.